for all my gamers that are horror fans out there, we've all been looking forward to the Friday the 13th game. Well, sadly, it's been delayed, but for good reason. They didn't have the budget to do it, single player, but they're still going to do it even though they didn't reach their goal on Kickstarter. They're putting in a single player. They're adding a bunch of shit to it. It's going to come out in spring, and, well, the multiplayer is going to come out in spring, and the single player is going to come out in the summer, so basically a month or two apart. But they're adding in, you know, Jason's nemesis from the movies, Tommy, from quite a few of the movies, from like 2 or 3 of them, if I remember correctly. They're adding in more content and a whole other single-player campaign, which is awesome, especially for console people, because think about it, sooner or later, those servers get shut down. With this, you'll be able to keep playing and reliving this awesome game. So, there's a lot of people that are bitching and moaning, well, we wanted our game now. Dude, you're getting a whole other mode of it, and for the same price if you've already pre-ordered. So, I don't see why to complain. Yes, it's not dropping on Halloween, but if you're a true fan and you're ready to play this game, I understand that. Be patient, you know, quality fucking control. And they don't have a large team. That's the reason why it's going to take until spring. They could have already released the multiplayer, come within another 30 or 40 days. But what they did was they decided, okay, we need to put a single player in here for those people. And we want to make the game as good as we can, so we're going to split up the team. Not even split it up. 3/4 are going to work on the single player, with 1/4 basically staying behind to take out all the wrinkles and make sure the multiplayer is good, instead of the whole team doing it and getting it out within 30 days. So to me, that's no biggie, because we're getting so much more to the game, and it's going to be awesome. Come on, we've all seen it. I cannot wait for this, especially having Tommy in the game and everything that's going to be coming with the single player. I just cannot wait for this.
Oh, dude, you know how I am. I'm fucking hype about this damn single player, just for the simple fact that you're fucking, you know, you have life after server. That's one thing that's going to be awesome. And if they add in the local play multiplayer too, where, you know, you and 4 of your buddies decide to play the game, you can all just sit there and fucking play the game and have fun. No internet, you know, stuff like that. That's a great idea. I love the fact that they're bringing in... Wait, I had to step away for a minute. Did you mention the character they're bringing in that you can play as besides Jason? Okay, alright, I didn't want to step on your toes and steal your thunder, but yeah, I'm totally excited for Tommy being brought in. I think that's awesome. They're doing their best to stay true to these movies, and that's what's going to help sell this game for them, with the fans, with people that are just now getting into, you know, Friday the 13th. You know, it's weird, but it happens. I met like 2 or 3 people last month that had only watched like 1 or 2, and not all fucking 10 of them like I have. And just the simple fact that, you know, I love the fact that we're getting, you know, another playable character in single player mode, and we're getting single player mode, which wasn't always guaranteed to us as the fans. And, you know, this company looks like, you know, seems like anyway, that they're wanting to look out for their fans and take care of them and give them everything they can with, you know, everything they have. And hopefully this leads to good things to come down the road, where we were talking about, you know, maybe if this does well, we can start getting other slasher movie, you know, fan favorites video games later down the road with the same kind of mindset and mentality.
Yeah, dude, definitely. They're giving us a lot of stuff, and they really love the project they're doing, and are really behind this. It's not like some AAA company that's putting out the same fucking game for the 100th time, delaying and blah, 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 and all the bullshit comes with it. These are people that really love what they're making, putting their hearts and passion into it, really standing behind this, and wanting to give the fans all that they can. You know what I mean? And it's not some cash grab type bullshit. So, just give them the time, man. The game was almost finished with the multiplayer, but in, you know, the last minutes of testing they still needed to do, but they wanted to get the single player and out around the same time. So, I got nothing but love for them. I can't wait for this. I'm super excited. I think this is going to be one of my favorite games, but hey, I'm a big Friday the 13th fan, and Jason's like one of my top ever horror villains, so... Carmageddon?
No, because I never really got into Friday the 13th. I know, crucify me now, right? So,
Working on it.
okay. Well, I never really got into it, but I know that you guys have talked about it a couple times before. I'm not surprised by the game delay. Like, that seems to be going on a lot recently, just because people want to make sure everything's, like, on...
Yeah.
Specific to a point. Like, they don't want it to become a No Man's Sky, apparently. Since that's a thing.
You said it, not us.
Well, actually, Brandon went off about it last week, so.
True. You win this round.
Hey, I didn't go off. I was just pointing out news. I'm sick of the whole No Man. If we don't get any more No Man's Sky news, I'm a happy man. Just that was a biggie. That was a big news, so I had to keep it. Yeah. I still want to play it, actually. Alright, any more thoughts on this before we move on? And yes, Justin was asking me, I don't know if anybody else knows this, unless you're really following the project like on their Facebook or other stuff, but he asked me, like, well, it'll be cool if, like, the mask comes off or he takes it off. Yes, they've actually made multiple skins for each different version of Jason to where he'll take it off or you can knock it off, vice versa, and this and that, so that would be really cool. But I actually looked at some of the screen captures of it, and it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, actually, I have one that I was thinking about the other day when we were talking about the telepath from the sixth one we decided she was in, or the seventh one. I think it was the seventh one because Jason Goes to Manhattan. Yeah, it was the seventh one. If I can get her in single player story mode, survival mode, that would be OP as fuck, but fun as hell. But then again, she would have to be pushed to certain levels because you remember in the movie she was pushed to certain levels of mental anguish before she was able to actually use the telepathy. So I think that would be a neat little thing to throw in there, but also at that same time, you kind of get this meter where your power builds up before you can use it and takes a while to recharge.
You know what I would like to see is, since they're adding in a single player, if it's like two separate campaigns, like one you're Jason killing the cancelers, this and that, and at the end you got to take on Tommy, who's a lot smarter of the person that you're trying to kill. So it makes it harder, almost kind of like a little boss battle. Of course, he can't be anywhere near as badass as Jason because it's Jason. And then you have another single-player campaign where you're playing as Tommy trying to stop Jason. And you can do that through like from the time Tommy was a kid in that first movie, and then the other movie where he's an adult, and then go off into your own little story that you make your own to where he finally finishes off Jason or something like that, or stops him for the last time. That would be really cool, and I would be down for that.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there. I like that idea.